It would be funny though if I was underwater, then I could hear it.
Oh,
And he just
I think
was
Jared
lying.
went back on.
He
He was
did.
just like lying to everybody the whole time.
And I just hit stream, so we are currently live
dang it.
and ready to roll.
Never mind. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye, Jared.
You can you could talk to us now, but yeah, we're gonna get the game
we're live.
rolling.
We're live. I'll talk later.
Okay, all right.
Do you have anything to say?
It's about work. He can't say it.
Oh. Well, to kick things off, this is story mode, episode 33, Tower Pestilence Part 2. We'll get started with the fun facts, go down the list, give everybody their intro, ask the important questions, and you guys can fill in the blanks. But your question for tonight is, what is an oath that you've taken in the past? What's an oath you had to uphold, or maybe you didn't uphold an oath, but what's something you swore to do? Maybe this was something you still hold near and dear to your heart and actively practice in this day and age, or maybe that was a different time, a different person. You don't do that anymore. You've grown beyond it. But I feel like Josh Tug probably has a oath that he promised or is keeping to herself. Themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I made an oath to be a better son so my father would come home, and I'm still holding on to that oath. I'm doing my best. You know,
Are you a better daughter now?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Could be.
Do you think your father would be more accepting of you now that you've changed than who you were in the past?
I don't know. He hasn't come back yet.
And
but,
what were these, like, what were the promises you made to become a better, like, child? Like, specifics. Like, how in your mind did you see yourself becoming more worthy, a better offspring?
You know, my father has a lot of power and authority, and I've really grown. I've become quite powerful and have authority, and I'm really taken on after his legacy. I think I'm doing just fine. I'm following my oath just fine. You know, like a thank you letter or just any type of recognition would not be that much to ask for. Someone could just, like somewhat, maybe a little flicker in the sky, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not bitter. I'm holding on to my oath.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So.
Fucking genie, almighty power. Can't fucking nothing.
This is interesting. This is an interesting development. I feel like you're shouting to the DM in the sky to be like, hey, where's this storyline? Why has not my father not appeared somewhere yet?
Sounds like a John.
Well, there's a bunch of bottles in the place that we're at. Maybe your dad's rubbing them all.
We've already been down this, and you guys have no idea.
He does it in secret behind your backs.
Exactly. Like
every single room, he goes around and rubs bottles and opens them behind you.
No one ever pays attention to what I'm doing, but just because I'm constantly next to lamps and you guys just think I have a drinking problem.
He's trying to find his father at the bottom of every bottle. Yeah.
Just rubbing the shit out of all of them.
Cameron, how about Stoney? Well, that's what got us started on this kick of an oath. Tell us about the new oath you decided to take when you became your paladin.
Yeah, it just was a fairly typical oath of my people and the deity that we follow. But it's just to I can't remember. I don't have it in front of me like you had it in front of you.
You don't remember the oath you swore to take?
I just learned it. I learned the mechanics of it.
What happens if you break? Is not knowing your oath breaking your oath? Do other people where you're from take this oath? Is this unique to you, or? Maybe there's
No,
a
and everybody. So
yeah.
everybody who follows the line of the church takes the same oath.
So
I
there
just
is a religion there.
there's a religion. Yeah, my mom's the high priestess, and so of our god persona. So if you follow the trajectory to do that, then you take the oath. Well, I grew up learning that since my mom is the high priestess. You know, she taught me what she knew about it. I was starting to do that. You know, I kind of progressed slowly through it growing up. Took the same oath when I got a little older, and then joined the King's Guard. And so I kind of learned both the high priestess role and the background of that enough to take the oath and, you know, to be passionate about it.
Should we
And
go
then-
ahead and knight you with your oath right here? I'll say it and you can repeat it after me, so we can officially say that you took your oath.
Yes.
All right. So, repeat after me, Stony.
Repeat after me, Stone.
Good. You're off to a good start.
After good.
No greater life than a life lived free.
No greater life than a life lived free.
One should be free to chart their own path without oppression.
One should be free to something their own path without oppression.
Those
To chart.
who
to chart
would
their own path
exert
without oppression.
their power to dominate others shall be smart.
Those who would exert their powers to smite others should smite.
I dub thee, Stony, Oath of the Open Sea. Congratulations, you may rise.
I feel like a pirate's oath would be taken drunkenly, and some of the words would get stumbled upon.
They're more like guidelines.
Oh, that's funny.
Let's see. Let's jump over to Jared. Has Tyrell ever taken any oaths? Maybe one of vengeance, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like that one's pretty well known, though.
Sure.
I have one. I guess I'm ready to talk.
Oh, okay.
Talk about.
Yeah.
I know I heard the oaths of what our person or characters are to be.
Mhm.
So I guess my story starts with I remember being in line, a long line, well, really like a group of lines of different people, right? And like the lines were for taking your oaths to be such classes like artificer, rogue, bard, etc., etc.
Okay.
I sat through this line for like a really long time, a long time. As I get to the front, expecting to take my oath as a rogue, they tell me it's for the artificer. Well, I'd waited so long, I didn't really, I didn't think much else of it, so I went ahead and took that oath. Yeah, so here I am today. The other guys in the group, I hear, they had parents' direction and influence, and I just didn't have that, and I didn't, and I wasn't told, like, be what you're supposed to be, not what the line you got stuck in. So that's me.
I have to say, I love this backstory so much. This has given your character a new life in my eyes, and it's such an amazing reveal to come into. I've been pulled out of ignorance into the light, and suddenly so many things make sense. It's wonderful.
Aren't we all just stuck in lines that someone else put us in?
Yeah. See, Thug knows.
But yeah, without that parental guidance, sometimes you just don't know to get out of that line and go in another, or
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you need a parent around to teach young boys things.
Yeah.
It's hard when they just disappear.
Okay, your backstory is bleeding over into someone else's question. I'm gonna cut you off. Shut up, orphan. Time to move on.
Uh,
All right. Ian, how about Solar Sailor Sun? I imagine Sailor Sun had to take a great many oaths to be a sailor soldier.
Well, yes, but first let me describe how my backstory. I lost my father 14 times.
Damn.
I'm not.
I decided to go into the church and pick up cult followers and saw that was an empty path. So instead, I decided to give my life to my queen, who granted me and gave me this power as long as I protect her, and I gave an oath for that, and my life was hers. And then I was sent here to Earth because I let the power that I wielded get to my head, and so I kept looking past protecting her, and so I was sent here to learn something. I don't know, it's kind of fuzzy every time I sneeze, I learn something new. So I will figure it out when I get accepted back to the moon.
So you're on a quest to better yourself, but you're not sure in what way. You just have to vision quest your way through it until it's revealed to you.
I know it has something to do with a word that sounds like human. Maybe that's why I'm on Earth. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Or I won't. I'm in a cool group of people.
I just have one question for that portion is how did you lose your father 14 times? Is reincarnation a thing? Like instant reincarnation or?
I don't know. I sneeze so often. I don't know. I could be lying right now.
Okay. So, yeah, we won't get into maybe more of it's a hallucination than you think it is kind of track, but what?
I just sounded like everyone else was losing theirs, so I thought I'd join in.
Kobe, how about Detective Easter? I imagine, yes, between everything between the Keepers of Justice and the Dragonborn, there's a great number of oaths you've taken.
Yeah, there's 3 really big oaths that he's had in his life: one of blood, and one of duty, and one of death. The blood is, of course, being born as a Tundraka. He's got an oath. By blood to be a member of the Tundraka and always uphold the Tundraka ways. The duty oath is obviously to the Keepers of Justice and to uphold the laws of Nicantes and to, do his duty to the best of his ability. Blood for blood and then some. And then there's the oath of death, which is private.
Oh.
Yes.
Private oath. It sounds like a dark one. But I won't pry, despite that being the entire premise of the fun fact segment.
Oh, you would be the only person that actually knows that oath, so.
I do have your character sheet, yes. But, all right. Damn, oath question. Good oath question. I believe I hit everybody. Didn't leave anybody out. But if you guys have no questions for me, we'll jump into the game. I'll share the screen. Should be visible for you guys now through Discord.
Yep.
And we are rolling. So yes, last time we left off for you guys, you had just made it through the first floor, past the strange anus eye hole creature, through a great number of traps, found some secret doors, found some journals, maybe belonging to Jace, the wizard in the tower. Worked your way up to the second floor, found some cadavers that were being experimented on, some more undead. They very stupidly just walked into the broken floorboards and fell down to the floor beneath you. But yeah, you pretty much have the second floor to sort of look around and discover what dark secrets it holds. So I won't keep you from it any longer. There's no initiative at the moment, so combat just sort of ended. You guys are free to explore the second floor however you see fit.
Well, I think I will, one, look out for holes in the floor, but while doing that, see if there's any additional levers like the one I found on the first floor. So I'm just going to kind of wander around and see if I can passively find something to, investigate there. So.
Sure. Is there, I guess, a place you're looking for in particular? Like,
No, I may just start and just kind of go like aisle to aisle, just carefully watching my step, and I'm looking for something that seems really out of place, or something that may lead to a hidden spot, kind of like that the lever that I found that below that intrigued me to search a little bit for those in each room.
But specifically looking for levers. Gotcha.
Yeah.
If I recall, aren't I standing next to one?
You at the moment are indeed standing next to a giant iron cast lever, much like the one you saw on the floor before. The sort of knocked over bookshelf is also there, as well as the ghoul that you managed to finish off.
What big pot? Is it bubbling? Hot?
So there is a big pot. It is not bubbling at the moment, but there is a large number of apothecary stuff on the tables. Lots of sort of beakers and mixtures and little torches and boilers and you name it. There's every manner of alchemical device you've ever seen splayed out across all these shelves and tables.
And I don't know what this would be. Can I roll for insight? Do I know what, being like a witch type person, do I know what any of this stuff is, or what could this be mixed in this?
Yeah, you can give me that would be a wisdom check to see if you understand what these are specifically designed for, or what configuration they're in to produce something.
I have insight filled in on my little.
It means you're proficient, so you get your proficiency bonus.
Would this be an insight?
Yeah.
Okay, so I.
What'd you get?
Wisdom. Well, with efficiency and everything, I got an 18.
All right. It seems to be brewing like some sort of liquid. You can tell it hasn't been used in a long time, but everything's obviously still untouched and in its proper configuration. It looks as if someone was making a specific type of some sort of oil, maybe, but it's hard to tell. You do sort of look a little bit closer, and you come across and discover some instructions, some ideas. There's some books open and some papers and notes scribbled around. You have to kind of brush the dust and cobwebs off and the ash from the fire up above, kind of looking up, reminding that some of the floorboards and stuff have been burned away. But you look, and one thing sort of stands out to you in particular at one of the alchemy stations, and it's a recipe for blue fire is on the alchemy table. And you look at the ingredients for the blue fire, and it asks for a drop of virgin blood, a lump of coal, Everclear, a tear shed for loved ones, a precious token, and a wax candle. And you sort of put those ingredients in the emblex, or however you say that, whatever the hell these things are, and it sort of goes up and through the tubes, and you just ignite one of the candles, and it ekes out into the cauldron there.
Well, first, was Tyrell next to me?
Everybody's kind of within earshot here, so Tyrell's across the room, but we can say for the sake that you may have called over to him, and he's,
Well, yeah, I need virgin blood.
Oh. Tyrell, any response? No response
I'm
from
like 3
Tyler.
times older than you, bro.
Come on, that was a pretty funny setup. Come on.
I mean, there is, yeah. I mean, I guess that's not something you guys have ever talked about. But if you, I'll say no more. You guys hash it out.
I mean, I might have been a virgin until I was taken advantage.
Hey, what if I don't know? Like, we could try, but I don't guarantee it works.
No, I'm just making a joke. It worked. See it? Look, he said it went and fell into the little pot.
No. I'm saying
What?
the ingredients didn't magically appear in front of you. The ingredients are gone, but the ingredients are listed. But these emblemics or whatever the hell they are they're set up in a configuration to where if you collected those ingredients and put them in the proper places and ignited the candles underneath each, it would run out into the cauldron and create what did I say, the blue flame. Yeah,
So we
blue
don't.
fire.
That cauldron is empty at the moment.
It is currently empty, yes.
Gotcha. Okay, not. It's just pink because that's the way that they have it.
Yeah.
Well, Tyrell, do you know about blue flame? Does anybody know anything about blue flame? Do I know what blue flame is? Can I roll for anything? Do I know what blue flame is?
No, Jared knows what it is. Just listen to Jared.
Yeah,
Oh.
I extinguished one.
Oh shit, guys, we need blue flame. Look what I stumbled on. Oh, I found something important.
So maybe let's how about you assign an ingredient to each of us and see if we can find them in this room.
Yeah, sounds good. Can I look down at the list again?
Of course. So the list once again asks for a drop of virgin blood, a lump
Whoa,
of coal, Everclear,
fuck.
a tear shed for loved ones,
Shardy Everclear.
a precious token, and a wax candle.
Wax candle.
I will give my blood because no mortal is worthy of mine.
Oh, interesting.
Do you know that from both of your personalities?
Oh,
Go over to Steve.
How
Bless him.
dare
doesn't.
you?
Like, I don't know. I've seen some
My-
eyes from.
Detective
My
Easter.
other personality may be weaker than me.
Uh,
but
Just make her sneeze. Are you a virgin? Yes or no, and then make her sneeze again.
Detective Easter, give me a perception roll. And I'm
Alrighty.
taking your passive one into consideration here.
Okay. I got a total of 22 with the roll.
Okay.
18's passive.
So the most notable things you notice on this sort of shelves, the set of shelves in front of you, is there are some candles, like torches you would put below the little decanter things over there. There is spools of copper wire, and there are jars of organs and body parts. All of the jars are uniform, except for one of the jars.
And what is that jar?
In this jar in particular, there is, let me check, a hand.
Interesting. Okay.
But all the other jars are uniform. It's kept on the.
What kind of creature is the hand of?
It is of a humanoid female.
Okay. Do I know of any police reports that I can think of that, somebody would have a missing hand if they came in?
No police reports, but you have a inkling that if you were able to backtrack all of these jars, they would lead to someone tied to Nicanthes. There's a great number of what
Yeah.
look like humanoid body parts.
That's kind of what I was figuring there. Having a candle or two may be helpful. Can I check those out? Do they look like regular candles?
So these are like a oiled sort of wick, like in a pot of oil. So they're meant to burn for a good long while and burn a little bit hotter than a candle would. These seem specifically built for alchemy to be placed under these jugs.
Gotcha. So it's not something I would just carry around because the oil would probably spill out and everywhere as I was walking.
Right.
With it.
Yeah. It's big
Okay.
enough that it's kind of a two-handed thing.
Gotcha.
You can probably pizza pie it, but it would be heavy as well.
Is there any identification on any of the body parts that I can make out, or perhaps if I got a hand, is there a ring on it that would signify maybe someone of significance?
So looking closer through the sort of murky mist of the formaldehyde in the jar, you do notice there's some sort of twine around the ring finger, and it appears to be almost like fishing line or fishing wire.
Now that makes me think of the succubus. Madam Blibdu Pull-Up, were you looking for a succubus?
Why does that make you think of the succubus?
Was the string around the finger part of the, I believe, twine or some sort of a circle was a part of that spell? I do not recall 100%, but did it have anything to do with marking on the hand?
Blib is furiously going through her notes.
Ring of flowers, gold, blood of a willing prospect, wine, bread, in a room. I mean, hold on. No, but I mean, we do know of someone who lost a female that was a fisherman. I couldn't imagine who that hand might belong to.
It can't possibly add up to that. I was not there for that conversation.
We were told the story.
I zoned out.
Good detective work.
And I wasn't there for the description of the hand, but I didn't know how to subtly be like, what the...
All right, Stony
Let's
wants to
see,
go
let's see if Tyrell can better identify. He was there for the story. I'll take the hand to Tyrell.
Sure. You pick up the jar and move it over to Tyrell. What'd you say
What's this?
Stony was gonna do?
Go downstairs to the fire.
All right.
Does this hand have anything to do with that old story that you were told by the fisherman?
I'm going to look for a wax candle and rub the jars.
Okay.
There's a lot of jars.
There
I got a lot-
are indeed.
I got a lot of rubbing to do.
What color is it?
Here, and I hand him the jar.
So Tyrell, you see female humanoid hand, pale white, in formaldehyde, like Detective Easter described to you, with some sort of twine or fishing twine wrapped around the ring finger.
Oh.
The nails seem to be intact, well kept, maybe a few broken here and there, but for the most part, just a normal looking severed hand.
I can see how this might be offensive, seeing as you have lost your hand.
That's mostly my peculiar expression on my face is why me. But then I realized I have the details. Yes. Nothing comes to mind, but let's hold on to it. Boom.
Well, it only makes sense that you get to hold onto the hand, seeing as you lost yours. I
yeah,
wouldn't be one to take a hand away from you if you had lost it.
yeah.
All right. So, Tyrell, you take the jar into your possession. Make sure you take care of it.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
So Tug, yeah, you kind of, go down the aisles, rubbing all the
What?
jars.
You said it was the ring finger that had the twine on it?
Correct. Are you,
Okay.
and you're
Almost like
you're doing that
promise.
up here, right, Tug?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at the handle mostly, but
Gotcha. So immediately on this level, you don't see any candles per se, but let's jump downstairs to Stony. So Stony, as soon as you hit the bottom of the stairs, you sort of
I'm gonna throw
turn.
my trident at the zombie.
He's impaled on the table, actually.
Oh, great.
But I appreciate your.
And you said it was a left hand?
It was a
Right.
left hand, yes.
Okay.
But the zombie that fell through the boards earlier is impaled on the table, and you can see that it is moving its arms towards you, but is completely incapable of removing itself, or not smart enough to remove itself, doesn't have the mental faculties to do so. You also see where, we'll just say, for the sake of this, these are gone now, that you hear the groans and moans of another zombie that fell through the boards from the second floor through the first floor trap and into the spike pit, but it is still alive down there as well, doing a very similar dance to the zombie impaled on the table. So none of these are necessarily a threat to you, but they are still alive, and you'll have to watch your distance.
Okay. I want to go over to the edge of the pit and drop my trident right to its head in the pit.
All right.
I'll keep trying till I hit it because I can call it back. So
That's
you
fine.
can do with that as you with.
You managed to land it on its head and recall it, and it ceases movement.
Okay, and I'm gonna do the same for the other one. I want to be a little more cautious with it because it could still maybe grab me.
You gonna throw it, or are you just gonna spear him
Just gonna spear him.
in the head?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's a grappled zombie. You have no problem finishing it off with the trident at a distance.
So yeah, basically, I just want to go over to the bottles by the chair by the fire, to check to see if any of them are ever clear.
So you approach the fire where you found the steel trap below. You sort of look around. About half the bottles are empty, but there are some jugs. You see bourbons and whiskeys and wines and ales. You sort of look and look and look for the Everclear, but you don't find any moonshine or Everclear in the bottles among the ones by the chair.
Okay. Can I go check out the ones now behind me towards that chimenea thing, or those jugs?
Over here. Can you see my mouse?
To the left of the chair.
Yeah. Can you not see my mouse, though?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay. These, though, is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these appear to be bottles of, like, some sort of cleaning solution and grain, but none of these are alcoholic drinks, no.
Okay, can I go back over and pick up a bottle of whiskey?
Sure. You grab the biggest one that you see and sort of slosh it around, and it looks like it hasn't ever even been opened.
Okay, can I pop the cork?
Yep. Get the quintessential thunk as you pull the cork out.
Cool. Just take a big drag of it.
All right. +1 charisma, -1 intelligence.
All right. Set that baby back down.
It's good. Aside from the dust in the bottles, and out here in the sort of well kept cellar, so to speak, it's pretty good. It's not the best you've ever had, but it's good.
Okay. I just want to do another scan, I guess, of the corner that I'm currently in to see if there's any other jugs.
Yeah, so you sort of look through boxes and crates and everything over here. You see a lot of rotten food, a lot of depreciated goods, ruined books. There's like a break in the wall where water has been sort of flooded in and ruined a lot of the pages of the books and things like that. Some bird skulls and whatnot, but you don't see any alcohol over here at all.
Okay, since I'm here alone,
Mm-hmm.
can I scan the books to see if any of the books say anything about being blessed, I guess, with lycanthropy?
Sure, yeah. So you scan the bookshelf to see if there's any books on lycanthropy. But this particular bookshelf doesn't seem to be a host to any of that. They all seem to be like stories you would read for pleasure, sort of fiction, fantasy novels, things like that. But you know that this first floor is more of a sort of humble living space, and as you get farther up the levels, there may be something more to that effect, or something pertaining to dark arts or magic, something like lycanthropy, but everything down here is more of your run-of-the-mill, everyday household item kind of stuff.
Okay. Is there a chest of drawers over by the bed?
There is a set of drawers. There is sort of a nightstand with a drawer, like where you would have found Jace's, and then there's a like sort of mirror nightstand thing where someone would sit, and then there's also a dresser, like where you would store your clothes.
Okay, I'm gonna look for some night medicine. Is there any moonshine tucked away?
Yeah, so you pull open the drawer, the nightstand, and next to what looks like some sort of religious text, there is a bottle of Purveyor Pate's sleeping potions. And it says specifically down on the bottom, ingredients contain Everclear. And that's the only ingredient listed on the ingredient list.
All right, pick that bad boy up. Is it pretty full? Is there like?
It's about half full. It's a good amount. It's like a big flask kind of thing.
Take a sip of that too.
Oh yeah, you just cleaned your insides. It burns. It's not as nice as that whiskey or bourbon that you had last, but it's gonna get you there. So again, +1 to charisma, -1 to intelligence. These are temporary effects, but so you're at +2, -2.
Right. Got him down. Okay. Yep. Just make my way back up.
All right.
Very carefully.
Sure
in case
thing.
the effects hit me a little.
Sure. Give me a roll to see if you can make it up the stairs. No, you're fine. You're good.
That'd be super funny. Come back up, trip. Oh, I'm fine. I got the everything.
So we've collected the virgin blood from Sailor's Son, the Everclear from Stony. That leaves us with what, guys?
Wax candle.
Wax candle.
Yep.
And a token of a loved one. Right? Isn't that what you said?
You kind of look back at the book because now you're not sure if you remembered correctly. It's a tear shed for loved ones, a precious token, a wax candle, and a lump of coal.
Tyrell, can you confirm that this hand is from the story of the sailor, or do you have doubts?
Goddamn walls.
Who? What? What if I say
And-
yes?
The liquid that's in is green, right?
It's kind of clear. It's like formaldehyde-y, so it's not. It's
Oh, is it ever?
it's not, it's a special kind of brew, but it's not one you'd want to drink. No.
Well, you don't want to drink Everclear.
True. That's a good
Are
point.
there any etchings on the bottle or at all that would indicate, I know you said that there was the one little twine ring on there, but is there anything else that would indicate, possibly
So
who this could be?
the thing that sort of makes this bottle stand out from the others is that it doesn't have any markings on it, indications. The others have like faded labels and things like that, some which you can still make out. But this one has no markings on it whatsoever. It is just a bottle containing a hand.
Make out? Why would you make out with? What?
Well, Tyrell, you are a man of science, are you not?
Yeah. So a lot of times in science, you test things, and if it works, great. If not, you go back to the drawing board.
Then I shall let you test this hand. I am going to go write down any of the names that I can find for the other body parts and see if I can cross them against any old records of the Keepers of Justice. So I'm going to get my notepad out, Christian, and take some notes of some possible victims that might be here.
Sure.
Must be a great note taker.
So there's a lot of bottles, at least 100, but you are...
Ones with body parts that I can identify.
Sure, you're jotting down all the ones that seem to be the ones that would provide the best leads kind of thing, the ones you can definitely read the labels for, the ones that you feel you could track back down. I'll get you those notes.
I awkwardly have to reach around him just to touch the bottle with like a finger. Just like
Sure.
rub it a little bit.
You have been making sure that you don't miss a single bottle.
Madam Blibli-Pulop, I think that one day in the future there might be more advanced ways of detecting if people had interacted with an object. There might even be some sort of unique identifier left on an object that detectives would be able to find one day that could incriminate somebody. We can only hope for that day to come.
That's talk. As I pull out my crystal ball of truth. Oh, I don't have the crystal ball of truth. Sorry. Do I? No. No, I think it's...
You handed that off to someone.
Yeah, I still love the fact that Kuato is hiding like in the bottom of a sewer with all your stuff.
Just a
where
few
is
things. Where is what?
In here somewhere with all the things that he has.
It's not relevant right now, but you can look it up.
I'm not worried about it. So, tear shed for loved one, lamp, bowl, wax candle, and token.
A precious
Just
token.
any sort of token.
Precious token. So, does anybody think they have a precious token? What about this white flower from an elf?
So Nick kind of walks out from one of the aisles, and you can see he's holding something in his hand. And he sort of...
Nick, what are you holding in your hand?
He kind of very somberly says, I have a precious token. He sort of opens his hand, and it looks like it's a very beautiful, like, diamond ring.
Was that your mother's?
He says, no, this belonged to someone I loved, but our lives didn't pan out together.
Who has a,
Yes.
who has a bottle?
He says,
Anybody got...
he says the hottest.
Can I look around and find like a cup?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
just around me. Like I don't want to move around and be awkward much. Like
you're gonna have to go over to the alchemy tables to get a cup, but there are cups over there.
okay, well I'm gonna go get a cup.
All
I'll
right,
be back.
sure, you do so.
You can just cup it in your hand.
You come back
Yeah,
with the
okay.
cup.
Could have wiped away with your claw.
So whose ring was this?
He says, so someone very important to me.
Why? What happened? What could have happened to this so important person?
He says, like I said, our lives we're going in different directions. We knew we were right for each other, but our lives prevented us from being together, and that's the sad reality we had to face. And I went off to get out of here and away from my father and to study the world and explore. And
But now you're back. Does that
What
not
was her name?
Does that not bring up feelings?
he says, I prefer not to talk about him anymore. He says it's in the past. But I've held on to this for long enough, and I need to move on. And he sort of hands you the ring, and you can see a tear roll down his cheek.
Oh, I catch it. I got the cup. I'm looking.
Yeah. You got it. He sort of
Bam!
kind of flinches and rubs the back of his hand on his eye and kind of looks at you puzzlingly, and he says, "Nice thinking."
Yeah. I give him a claw up and then say, I'm sorry for your pain, though. I'm like half grinning because I'm happy, but somber.
He just kind of says, "Thank you."
Turn around, I'm grinning ear to ear right now.
Yes. You much like Golem, you're just like, my precious me.
Like he can't see me, but like I'm making eye contact with Tyrell. Like I'm happy right now. I got a token and a tear.
All in one fell swoop. Boom. I avoided you guys having to give me a emotional character moment, which I gave it to the NPC instead, I guess. Sorry.
I was gonna like talk about my father if I had to.
I mean, maybe one tear's not enough.
No, it specifically says tear.
A tear shed for loved ones.
Yeah, but you know, too many tears could be too much too.
Ones as in plural.
But it could be like a hyphenated S, parentheses S.
Yeah, or you know, it could have one of those.
You look at the notes; it's not.
Dot comma, whatever that is.
Dot comma. I think it's a dot comma.
In fact, out of all the notes and everything that are smudged, this is the most legible writing you've seen, and there's no way around it.
Guess we'll try it out. See what happens.
Yeah, Tyrell's right. You could try it. I'm just poking fun.
Maybe
Oh,
it just means that
I
a
walk over
singular
and I'll
tier
grab
for
the
loved
vial.
ones. And if you did more than one tiers, then it would mess up.
Oh, that's a good point.
So A tier for loved ones. If you do 2 tiers for loved ones, messes up.
That's what I'm saying. I'm very literal. It said tier specifically. Tier.
This is a very literal group, and we all need to accept that.
But the context was ones.
Where do we need to put these? We got the Everclear.
Do we have a lump of coal?
I got a
Who
lump.
has been naughty?
Oh, shit. Can I
Madam
go back
Principal,
downstairs?
If you have lumps in your breast, you should get that looked at back in the city of Blacklight.
What are you thinking of downstairs, Stony?
If there's any coal next to the wood downstairs.
You run downstairs and grab a piece of coal. No problem. There's a big ash pail just to the left of the fire. Just so you guys know that it's actually there, because I placed it there. Yes, it is.
So we're on the right path, see?
So you come back
Did I
up.
trip up the stairs this time?
you in your excitement, you kind of stumbled down and up the stairs, but you have your lump of coal.
tripped over your cape.
Someone needs to take the Everclear away from him before we're looking for Everclear.
Stare him directly in the eye and take another step.
All right. -1 intelligence, +1 charisma. You're +3, -3. Stoney's getting blitzed.
Well, I mean, he could be a wereshark, so.
What does that leave you with? What do you need?
A
Was
wax
that-
Still
was
need a candle?
Tug, was that in game or out of game that you just said that?
You'd be the
I-
only one who would
I-
kind of know about it. So
I need to know if you were saying that in game or out of game.
I was saying it in game to see if I got a reaction from anyone.
I pull up my sword.
You run it.
Whoa.
You run it
And-
because you just react. You had to ask. So thanks for running the moment, Kobe.
I wanted to be sure before you said something, before I do something. I pull out my silver sword and I kind of back the group away, put my arms out, and corner Stony like against the stairs, like trying to protect the group. Were you bitten by a wereshark, Stony?
yeah.
And have you succumbed to the curse?
I want to do a really playful bite towards him.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to swing my silver sword at him.
All right. Give me a D20 roll.
All right. Oh, I got a critical fail.
Oh, you're gonna fall.
So you swing and your sword flies out of your hand and clatters down the stairs.
Mm.
Yeah, it's silver. I'm diving down the stairs to go grab that.
All right. Stony pulled some sort of drunken master dodge and just like spun around in a chair or something and managed to avoid your blow. But you're at
feel
the
like-
base of the stairs.
I feel like Snape whenever he encountered people in the shrieking shack and just got yeeted off to the side. That's how I feel right now. Defeated.
You mean the Expelliarmus that was like a cannon?
It was 3 wands.
Like, oh, I forgot the Expelliarmus did that.
I would clap, but my hands are full.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way up the stairs, but carefully, with my silver sword out towards Stony.
Sure thing. You
Everyone, back away before this beast curse you. Stony, are you in control now?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't really know a whole lot about it, so that's, hoping to find some information while we're here. This guy
you don't sound
runs
drunk
this
enough.
joint. But yeah, I just, I mean, I think I'm all right. I
You don't
I
sound a
found-
bit in control at all.
found a couple clues for you guys. If I,
He's
but if does anybody know anything about, like where stuff?
Where what stuff is?
Where all the stuff's at?
What stuff?
Stony, why don't you put away your swords and put your hands behind your back?
He's got a trident and a shield.
Put your trident down and your shield down and put your hands behind your back.
Yeah, I want to drop my trident down the stairs.
All right. Kind of clatters down the stairs.
I'm gonna go put the cup and the token on the table.
Sure. Yeah. Good thinking.
So does anybody know?
I'm gonna go get the trident.
Oh. Are you gonna just you're gonna have to pass them?
That's
Right
fine.
before
That's fine.
Yeah. You can let him pass.
That's
right
fine.
before he touches them, and recall it back in my hand.
All right. So you make it to the base of the stairs, and as you go to reach for the trident, he recalls it, and it zips up through the air and into Stony's hand yet again.
Can I just like?
Oops! Oh, I got it! Oh no! Oh no!
That's fine. I just didn't want it laying down.
Mhm. You are no more in control of your mind when you're not a wereshark than you will be when you are one. This curse
Okay.
will take over you.
Whoa! So it's a curse?
Yes, I know it is a curse to be bitten by anything that's considered a wereshark, a were-owl, a were-bear, a werewolf.
Does anybody have any cool spells or anything for
The only
curses?
cure for your curse that I'm aware of is silver. But it will
Ooh.
put you to death.
So instead of trying to help me, you just would rather kill me.
This is the only cure I know.
Up until 38 seconds ago, you were fine with my actions, and
I'm gonna start chanting "kill his ass."
No.
So there's clearly
No.
some.
You haven't. I have not seen you turn yet, and you haven't lost your mind to where you're attacking innocents. Have you tasted the blood of another?
Kill his ass. Yeah.
Detective Easter,
His ass.
not to ruin this
Yes.
beautiful drunk moment, but I can just use my spell of remove curse.
Are
You
you?
have that ability?
Yes, I
Please,
am
we must. You must give it a try for his humanity.
Nick sort of steps up and says, "When did you get bit?"
down in the water,
It was
the
a
dumb shark. I was trying to protect Tug. He wasn't doing too great down there.
Oh, that's a lie.
So this
He's
was
drunk.
this was back when we were fighting alongside the bridges.
We've gone through a full moon. As you know, we face the full moons every night in the eternal darkness. You must be wrestling with that last night when we camped. But you didn't tell anybody? You could have killed us all.
Well, I
watching him.
mean,
You guys are
I
way-
was, I woke up and I feel like I had a bad dream. I thought maybe I had sharp teeth, but I woke up and I didn't have sharp teeth, so I just, I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Nick says, I do know a little something about lycanthropy based on my travels and experiences, but some people are quicker to take to it than others. I know some people have been known to resist the effects or avoid their first transformation a good 48 hours from their bite.
He clearly was not bitten by an alpha. Had he been bitten by an alpha, the effects would have been irreversible.
Sir Stony, where exactly were you bit?
Be careful there, soul.
I'm pretty sure it got me on the side a little bit. I had my shield up deflecting, trying to protect Tug, and it got me up under the ribs.
All right. Can I throw my staff in one direction to make him look, and then just touch him on the side to remove curse?
Sure. Yeah. You don't even need to.
With him being drunk.
Yeah.
What was that?
Nothing at
What
all.
was that? You guys hear that?
So he sort of turns, and you see the exact place his clothes are still sort of ripped from it. But you run up and cast.
You cast boop.
Boop.
Get boop.
I just scream it in your ear. Remove curse!
Trip down the stairs.
Stony, you kind of fall back onto your butt, just like
Instantly sober up.
on the edge, and you don't feel any different. But yeah.
Did it work? I still have my silver sword pointed to him. Just
I look back
not,
up to
not
him
sure
again
if
and
things work.
I'm gonna playfully bite at him again.
I'm gonna swing at him again. I'm not gonna let him
roll a
fight
d20.
me. I did a lot better this time. I got a 24.
Does that break your armor class?
Oh, my armor class is 25 when I'm a vampire.
All right,
You see when you're a vampire?
roll damage.
All right. It does a total of 7.
Where did you strike him?
But it is silver, just like kind of across his chest. So if he is werewolf, I don't know if that, or wereshark, or has lycanthropy, I don't know if that affects any difference since it was with the silver sword.
Yeah, so typically if he was wereshark, he would regen health. The silver keeps that from happening, and it also just allows you to do damage to the were creature. So typically with non-magical weapons,
Gotcha.
you wouldn't be able to damage them with non-magical or non-silver weapons, but That's
So
just a
silver just means I'm allowed to do damage.
correct, and it does stave off the regeneration too. So,
Gotcha.
but to you, I mean, there's not really any way to tell. You cut him just like you normally would. So I mean,
Okay.
a normal person wouldn't regenerate either.
Oh, damn. Anybody have any Everclear?
I think you've had quite enough.
So is he cured?
I don't know. Sailor
free to
Sun,
clear
the
your
soul,
head.
is he cured? Can we be
I
certain?
mean, you can ask to look at his side to see how it looks.
Sailor Sun, you know for a
Um,
fact that your spell was successful, but aside from your word, there's not any way to know.
I guess you guys could stab me with a non-silver thing to see if that works.
When is the next full moon?
It's a full moon for
Tonight.
the next 30 days.
Tonight is the next
Guess
full
we'll
moon, but
figure it
I
out
do not.
tonight.
If we do not want to see him turn,
Well, 29
I
days.
think your
so-
idea to see if he regenerates health is a good idea. Does anybody have a small blade that's not silvered?
Sailor Sun, do you not think you cured him?
Oh, I 100% think so, but
How can we be certain?
I want to be able
He
to.
still
prove
might
to-
be. Perhaps it didn't work 100%. Maybe he's still infected.
Well, I'm gonna.
Any
I'm gonna
means to
cut-
put like silver shackles on him.
I mean, I think I've been with him since this happened. He's been in pretty good control. I think you're all overreacting a tad bit.
All it takes is one fail at the moon, and the lycanthropy will take over, and he will
Well,
turn and attack us all and turn us all.
Well, shit,
I will not allow that.
she thinks he's healed. Just shove him in front of the window. Is there a window anywhere?
Remember,
There's
because
no
I'm a
reason to
vampire.
turn him. Why would we want to turn him? If he turns, we have to kill him. There is no other option. It will be to the death.
I mean, he could be a friendly wereshark.
I can't imagine such a beast being friendly.
Yeah, well, you work for a bunch of horrible beasts, and you're fine with it.
The content of someone's character does not mean that they are endowed with a curse that will kill and maim so many others and ruin so many lives. You have no idea what this curse has done before.
I'm gonna lean over to Soul and what are they talking about?
They're talking about they really wish you would sober up so you could actually be a part of this conversation.
Oh, we're talking about me? That's oh. I mean,
We're
I
not
feel
talking about
fine.
Glassy.
I feel fine. I
Well-
got booped. She's pretty confident about it. So
Soul, if you're so confident, would you mind giving him a nick with a non-silvered edge just to ensure nothing, no major blows, but just to make sure he does not regenerate? If he regenerates from a non-silvered, then I believe it's too late for him.
Yeah,
gonna
not a
put
problem.
my-
I'm gonna do.
I want to push my ass towards Soul.
I'm gonna do a swift kick in the ass.
You kick him and he falls down the stairs.
That wasn't. Did you cut his? You open up a wound or something?
I have a little metal tip on the end of my boot.
Oh, okay, good, awesome.
So he's
Oh, yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
You're,
What in the hell?
a bunch of people have fallen down these stairs tonight.
You're rubbing your bum where Soul kicked you, but Detective Easter will have to inspect closer to ensure that it's not regenerating. So
He's now
Here's
inspecting.
How long would I expect a regeneration to take?
pretty instantaneous from a non-magical
Okay.
weapon.
Well, then I'm gonna go down there and check. I'm gonna have my silver sword out just in case it is regenning. So I'll go down there and check.
Sure thing. So you do see a puncture sort of wound
Yeah.
in his pantaloons, and it is sort of wet and red with blood, but you can't really see the puncture
I
wound.
slice open the his pants.
All right.
See
As
the
he does,
wound better.
I want to casually blow up my conch horn
So you successfully blow your conch horn, and he cuts a nice little like butt flap, like you would see on overalls or whatever, or what are they, long johns, and yeah, you can see that the wound is not healing.
Okay. I sheath my
Not
sword and I
being
just walk
infected.
upstairs.
All right.
I want to, as he's walking up, I want to put my hand up as if he's gonna help me up, and then turn around and
Nope, I'm not gonna help. I wasn't gonna help him up.
He's already at the
I'm
top
going
of the stairs.
Are you sorry, Ian? Are you Sailor Sun or are you Soul right now?
I am Sailor Sun.
Sailor Sun, nice job. You did wonderfully in removing the curse. I believe that he has been healed. Thank you for your service.
Don't thank me. It's my job.
You might have very well preemptively saved the entire city of Nicantes from another case of lycanthropy.
Like,
So thank you.
We saved a whole city that we're not even at.
If he had made it back to the mainland with the curse, there's no telling what evil could have unfolded there. So, thank you.
Yeah. Dope. Part of the team.
Of course.
Stony, you kind of
Glad
finally
Stoney's here still.
stumble to the top of the stairs, and you feel kind of winded at this point.
I appreciate all the concern. Did you really need to kick my ass down the stairs?
Just need to show you
Better-
someone too.
Better a kick in the ass than a sword through your heart.
Oh, you should spread that across the nation. It's a good line.
Yes, we wouldn't want oppressed people to feel like they had no options. Sometimes, it's best to deal
You
out
say
some
oppressed?
sort of
I'm
justice.
swing my trident.
You kind of hit the stone wall behind you as you went to pull it out, but yeah, you make your point clear that you don't stand for oppression.
Oppression sucks. I hate that. Of course, then I would have oppressed him as a werewolf. So I was basically doing that. I was like, "Hey, that ain't flying." Okay, no. Yep, we're all cool now. Back to your parlor tricks, Madam Blib. Do pull up. Create fire, if you will.
We still need a wax candle.
I want to make sure I catch Blue Dupulip's eyes though, and like mouth. This was your fault.
I am going to hand Stony one of my healing potions. Since I injured him, it's only fitting that I give him a healing potion to make up for that. So it is a 1d6. So
Oh, not bad. Okay. Gracias.
I speak many languages, but I do not understand what that means.
Oh, it means fuck you.
Well, fuck you too.
All right. Well, quick friends. But Tug is right. You still need a wax candle.
I have to take another trip downstairs.
I'm gonna mouth.
If you could tell me where it is, we'll fast track it.
There's probably one by the bed.
You are correct. There is one on the nightstand. You run downstairs and you bring the candle and candle holder up to the top.
Has he mastered these stairs by this point?
Oh yes, he's very familiar. He's bled on these stairs. He is one with these stairs.
That's funny.
But you guys have collected all the proponents. You all sort of gather around each one of the containers you can see on the table asks for the specific ingredient. So, let me get you all over here. So each of you present the items to the different decanters here. You have the virgin drop of blood from Sailor Sun. You have a lump of coal Everclear, a tear shed for loved ones, a precious token which nobody has come up with, and a wax candle. Oh wait, sorry. Nick came up with the precious token. Apologies. So the items that can be placed inside the jugs are placed inside. You guys just need to ignite the wick sort of candles beneath each one and let it do its thing.
All right, stand back. I got this.
Stony approaches.
And I want to bend over like I'm lighting the fire.
Hold on. Tyrell, do you have turn ready?
I have some matches that I keep for my cigar.
Did you have the
I've got
what?
I got it.
The lantern.
I got it.
Tyrell.
Oh, the lantern. Yeah, I have the lantern.
Yeah, we'll get it ready. We don't know where this
Hey.
blue flame's coming from.
It's going to pour out into the cauldron, and
I was gonna say, yeah.
the recipe specifically says that it's blue fire, but it's not ignited. You would have to ignite it on its own. It's the
Gotcha.
the liquid, the oil,
I gotcha.
the secretion. But Stony, how are you lighting these candles, these wicks?
I'm gonna put them on the ground,
Okay.
and as I bend over, blow the conch horn again.
I just knew that was coming.
So yes, the conch sort of reverberates in the ears of everyone around you, and you being on the second floor, you can hear sort of the clang of iron, like the rattling of what sounds like cages from up on the third floor. Like there's something up there and you've awoken it.
Woohoo! That must have been the swordfish last night. I don't have any fire. Do you guys have any fire? I don't have any fire.
I pull out a match that I keep for my cigars,
Yes.
and I strike it against the palm of my hand to light it.
Oh yes, very cool. You use the scales to light the match, and you ignite the wicks, and all you have to do is place them under each one of the little.
And I'm not going to waste this match, so I'm going to get out a cigar as well. So
Very nice. Yes. The smoke helps to sort of mask the smell of formaldehyde from all the bottles. There are a couple broken ones on the floor. But you ignite the wicks, put them under the corresponding jars, and you see the bubbles start to rise in the jars with the items that are contained within. The water sort of rises into the tubes. They all sort of pour out into one centralized little location, and then the liquid drops down into the cauldron, and you can see this pale blue liquid that has a slight luminescence to it on its own, even though it hasn't been ignited. It's kind of syrupy, almost like honey, sort of pour into the cauldron. And you see the water sort of level off at a point to where you could tell that's all you're going to get. But there's at least a good, probably, I'd say 4 standard bottles worth of blue fire liquid.
are there any of the, like I saw before, those candles that had the oil in it, are there any empty ones that maybe we could fill with this liquid and use as backups in case the lantern was to go out again?
Yeah, so there's actually a number of empty ones on the shelves over where these stations are, and there's also what appears to be some like spherical looking ones that would be what you would fill the sort of wicks with, the little portions. So you can either choose to put it in one with a wick, or you can choose to put it in the gourd looking ones, but it's totally up to you.
Does the gourd have a stopper on it?
It does.
I'm going to fill up one with the gourd, and just as a safekeeping, that way, should we lose
Yeah,
the flame again, we have a backup.
Sure.
I want to fill one up with a wick, does that fill all of? Do we have enough to fill both containers up?
So the wick holds 1 gourd's worth, and the gourds are so you could have any combination that would go up to 4. So however many,
2. I'll fill up 1 with a wick and 1 without a wick.
Okay.
So 1 gourd.
So there's 2 gourds that have been filled and 1 wick at this point. So that leaves enough room for 1 more thing.
To put into the lantern. Tyrell, we should fill this one with a lantern and light it. The others will be safe in case something should happen to the lantern again.
Very well.
I'll light it. I got it.
Perhaps somebody else should light it. Nick, you were lighting up last night, and you were the one who shed a tear. I believe that you should get to do the honors.
He kind of chuckles and says, well, I was merely just puffing and passing. I'm not one to pass up on an opportunity, but I didn't...
I'll hand him a match.
Well, thank you. Sure thing. So he sort of strikes it on the bottom of his boot and says, Tyrell, your lantern?
Very well.
You sort of open the front for him, and he puts the candle in, and you see the sort of honey mixture ignite and illuminate once more with the blue flame that you previously recognized that the fisherman gave you.
I clap my hand and claw. Like people do for fireworks.
All right, we did it. Let's cheers to some Everclear.
You sort of look at your bottle and realize that it had all been poured out for the...
Well, as the Tundraka say, no harm, no foul. So, we got the original. That's the original blue flame. That's the story we're sticking with. Let's move along, I guess.
I was making that noise.
Does the blue flame cast any? Do we start to see anything different? Like something may appear hidden until you put like lime juice on it. Does the blue flame kind of shine anything in the room?
Mario and Luigi ghost hunters with the lantern.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know. Shine it around, see what you see.
Tyrell, shine the light around, see if it has any special properties in this lighthouse, if it reveals any secrets.
Are you doing that, Tyrell?
Can you not give us like a triangle with light that lights things up?
I was thinking some sort of reflective disc that would have been, we could angle the light and reflect it around. That'd have been pretty cool.
I just need to know what Tyrell's aiming it at is all I'm asking for.
Tyrell? Very well. I shall do it, and I go and I take the lantern from him, and I'm gonna walk it around the room.
You can see he's kind of fighting you on it. He doesn't want you to have it.
Okay. Oh, he is there. I thought Jared was just gone from chat. I was like, he's gone. What, Tyrell, do you want us to shine this on anything? Are you okay?
No, you were trying to take it from me. Tell me what you rolled.
God, no,
Okay.
it's gonna take just...
Yeah, just my natural roll was an 18.
Yeah, my natural roll was a 20. So I would like to smack you as
No.
I pull it back.
Yes.
Like you do a dog on the face.
Well,
No.
this in my mind it was more of a Detective Easter went to take it from you, and then you, like a toddler having a toy taken away, you somehow overpowered and kind of like whacked him with the lantern as you were pulling it back.
I more or less thought you were an NPC who had just gone still and the game crashed for a little bit. We're like, let's continue along. He's not with us.
I think this is the fault of Discord's CRISPR because I'm sure my voice wasn't coming through. I was making noises, but no one could hear me apparently.
I could not hear you.
Is there a whisper function?
It just only picks up voice. So if you are doing odds and ends, things like that, it doesn't pick that up.
Gotcha. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
sorry, I couldn't hear a thing.
I've done a couple before, but they were too light and they didn't pick up.
You got that one. That was nice.
That was very loud.
Very aggressive.
That's when I whisper. I try to whisper very loudly. Hey, Josh!
Me too. In fact, I'm whispering like 90% of the time, and everyone keeps screaming at me to be quiet.
This is the first time in like a month and a half where you haven't been blip, it, zup,
Louder than the rest
Why'd
of
you
us.
jinx it?
what?
There we go. Anywho, well, what I was trying to say was I was looking through because we were talking about trying to come up with other items to help centrifuge the light displacement into different areas.
Yes, scientist, please continue.
So you
After my very
You are in fact the subject matter
background
expert here.
my artificing that was revealed today. uh, no,
Walk
it's-
over and take another empty bottle and like break half of it off.
wow, that's
okay. Like
That
from
might be
the
good.
shelf, like you take one
Yeah,
with
just
a
an empty bottle. Break
I
half
just
of it
assume
off.
that Stoney's just doing that
So
anyways
there's a-
because he's
there's a sharp smell of formaldehyde in the air, and you see someone's testicles fall out of the jar.
Whoa! Someone dropped these,
Stoney, have some decorum.
and then just hand it to Jared to see if he can maybe tunnel that around the light on the lantern to maybe focus it.
The bottle or the
You hand
testicles?
jar.
Bottle.
Oh.
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
So you're coming at him with a broken bottle with the sharp point pointed at him, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making
yeah,
sure.
but I get his intention, so I'm okay. I understand. Stoney, let's go. Let's shine this bad boy. I don't really understand why we're trying to shine it anywhere. I'm not following, but let's try it. You know.
So the lantern right now sort of emanates around you it is a very bright blue light, but weirdly enough it doesn't like illuminate the room. Like it seems to just cast a blue light sort of within 10 feet of you. So it's pretty much just your immediate area, your immediate vicinity. But yeah, you can hold up the bottle to the front of it, and when you do, it does direct it more so in a beam out towards the front. You feel like maybe getting mirrored glass to put on two sides in the back of it may have been a better idea, but the bottle does help to narrow it a little bit. And through the dust and smoke and ash and everything of the building that still lingers around this dingy place, you can see the light beam sort of focus through the bottle a little bit, and it is only about as big as the neck of the bottle, but it is a beam nonetheless.
Can I go pull the lever?
Sure. You walk
So
over,
I was-
give
I
me
was doing
a
that,
strength
I just
check.
didn't really, why?
Are you
Do I
asking why we were doing that, Tyrell?
Yeah, because I mean, like as we're walking through, we had a blue flame the entire time until I unfortunately rolled bad and fell into the water. We weren't really worried about the luminescence of the lantern to give us light. I guess
No, we
No,
want to.
I wasn't concerned about light. We were wondering if perhaps there are secret messages that a blue flame would reveal that only under the blue light we'd be able to see.
not national treasure. Pull that lever.
Oh, I'm pulling.
What was your
I don't-
strength roll?
I did not hear that. It is a 10.
All right, so you wrench on it. It does not move. It seems to be as sort of crusty as the one down below, and it's going to take some strength to move it.
Tyrell,
Yeah, I remember I did pretty good to help last time. I hand this to Stoney.
You
I think
hand the
that's my
lantern
best
to
choice.
Stoney?
Yep, that's my best option right now.
Stoney, give me a dexterity check.
Oh gosh.
Tony's drunk.
Just a fail and we lose the light.
What'd you get, Stoney?
Cameron taking a poop.
I don't know. You might
What am I rolling for? Sorry.
Dexterity check. Tyrell handed you the lantern.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
12.
You should have told me.
So you kind of fumble it in your hands. You didn't expect Tyrell to have it, but you kind of do one of these things where you're like juggling, and you finally catch it and hold it in your hands, and you kind of look, and just 2 steps off to your left is the giant pit that goes all the way down into the spike pit. And you kind of give a bit of a...
Real bad.
Yeah. give a bit of an exhale. But the bottle that you were holding up to it is no longer at it, so it's just emitting that 10-foot radius around you at the moment. But Tyrell, you make it over to Tug, where the iron lever is. And you guys
Okay,
can
we lock eyes and we count down from 3.
both give me a strength roll then.
You're not gonna like mine.
17.
Plus,
2.
it's enough though
So
between the two of you. I mean,
So you weren't trying. He just kind of barely touches it. He's like, whatever.
I got 2,
but
and
your
I'm sweating, and Tyrell's pushing with a finger.
yeah, but your
Well,
presence.
I'm
it,
trying with all my strength. I get a -2 to strength. So.
but the lever switches over. It does.
Hey,
Oh.
I did it.
So
I
yes,
redid it.
just with a giant metal clang like the one before, there's a big thoom, and then nothing.
Okay, even though, like, does the fact that I went and helped someone who couldn't do this on their own, like Tug, does he inspire me that I may be stronger than I think I am?
It's up to
Do you not
Tug.
remember that inspiration point that you got for the swordfish?
I high five Tyrell. I've got my.
I'll take that.
I'm like, and it's a good one. We were like staring at each other's elbows. We don't miss.
Was it a
It's
good
like-
one?
Oh man, here we go. What is it?
Roll for it. Dexterity.
What is it?
Dexterity.
18 without any. Yeah, 18.
11.
It's not perfect because in my mind a perfect high five would be equal rolls, right? The same roll. So it's a good
That's-
strong one. It's more than average, but Tug does overpower Tyrell's high five a little bit.
Well, naturally. Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on. The lever. We're just following suit with the. It's a good one.
It's a
for
good
like-
high five, but it's not perfect.
It's okay.
Maybe one day you'll perfect high five
Yeah.
and the world will shake, but not
We'll
this time.
practice. We'll practice.
Oh. We can cause earthquakes.
I can
Okay,
cause
so
it right
no-
now.
nothing discernible happened.
Nothing,
So,
just like the one before.
cut back to the lynch.
Yes. So you do sort of inspect the lever a little bit more this time because you are curious, Tyrell, and levers are a bit of an interest of yours, being an artificer.
Yes.
You do see on one side, like these two sort of flat plates that are on one and the other, there are symbols. There's a circle on one side, and there is what appears to be a horizontal line on the other side. So currently, this toggle is switched
Sorry.
to a circle.
You said currently.
Yes, I did.
Uh,
I didn't pick up on it, but I did that time. That's funny.
yeah, that got me. Yes, I've read about this. Which side is the lever?
The lever is currently on the
moving, yeah.
circle.
Ooh. Can we go check down the lever at the where we moved before? The
Yes.
big
Yeah.
one downstairs?
Can we hold hands and skip?
Down the stairs,
Maybe once we get to the downstairs.
because the stairs are not wide enough for two people. That's why I was asking.
Can I just jump? I don't even care. I just jump right over the edge.
I knew a staircase that wasn't wide enough for 2 people. I remember that.
Do you jump like down one of the holes in the floorboards, or do you jump down the stairs?
Yeah, I was just gonna jump down the stairs.
Like the entire flight of stairs?
Yeah, I was gonna try.
All right, give me an acrobatics check.
20, nat 20. I'm rolling like a G today.
You clear it. You superhero pose. 3-point landing. Stick it right at the bottom.
Yeah, but it's a really slow 3-point landing.
Right. Because you're ring of feather falling.
Yeah.
Tyrell, you just walk down the stairs, I assume.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to take me quite a while to, get, he may already be at the lever by the time I'm halfway down the stairs.
He floated slowly enough. You were kind of like on an escalator almost. you were right behind them. But you go downstairs and you see that this one is toggled to the minus side.
Oh, I looked Tyrell dead in the eyes.
The
Yeah, I
horizontal
look
line.
at him. Yeah.
I put
Wait,
a
so
hand.
quick.
I put a hand on the lever without breaking eye contact.
Whoa.
Where? At the base? On the top?
Always on.
Always on the what?
Always on the world may
No
never know.
distance.
Did
Oh,
I,
point.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, right on top.
Okay.
Well, okay. I'll grab hold, but I ask him like, what did we leave the last one at? What was it? We left it on
Circle.
line or circle?
Circle. Circle. Circle.
Uh-huh. And this one's already on line, not circle.
Correct.
Can I
What's
just-
interesting is the one above would have been on line before.
The shaft.
There could be. I bet there's a third one of these.
Yep. But we'll figure that out as soon as we flip this one. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
I
You
mean,
know what-
as far as like just being a little chaotic and just going for it, okay.
Give me a strength roll, both of you.
Ooh.
7.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, that's a 1. Sorry, that's a 1.
What? No, don't say that. Don't say that.
You just slip off of it and run into Tyrell.
That's
I
not.
rolled. I got a 17 after my derp.
All right. So this time Tug is bracing himself to or herself to pull the lever and make up for the fact that Tyrell wasn't doing a lot this time. But turns out Tyrell was holding back last time, throws the lever forward in a force way faster than Tug was expecting, even faster than Tyrell was expecting because you guys had hit this lever once before and kind of loosened it a bit. The lever flips back the other way. Tug, you actually stumble backwards and sort of backpedal, and you are like teetering on the edge, almost about over. Tyrell, I need a reaction saving throw.
Do I have my
Oh.
rope on me? Rolled a 13 core. I don't know if I get anything.
And you're using your rope?
If I can, yeah.
All right. You're quick thinking. This is probably the fastest decision you've ever made in your entire life, and that's why I'm proud of you and giving it to you. You throw out your magic rope, and as Tug is sort of spinning her arms backwards to maintain balance, the rope comes within her grasp, and she throws her hands forward and grabs the rope, and you sort of pull her forward, and she's away from the pit of spikes.
Man.
I'm gonna give Tyrell a big ol' smooch.
Yeah. I'm breathing heavily, and I'm glad I was able to help. That could have been pretty rough. We don't have to tell anyone upstairs about this.
You kind of have a hard time giving him a smooch because you have this helmet on and the like sort of lobster-looking feelers over your mouth portion, sort of like
I expected him to run.
like brush his face, but he just sort of accepts this token, and I think that's what he was talking about. No one has to know upstairs.
Yeah, I just like I'm done. I'm like I feel like I just saw a very close near-death experience and dumbfounded that I prevented it from happening. So I'm kind of stuck in cemented in my stance here. So whatever happens is fine at this point because the storyline isn't like all jacked up. I feel like this was a heavy point in potential major transition.
But yeah, you guys sort of stand there awkwardly after the smooch and kind of look over at the zombie impaled on the table and the pit and sort of look back at each other. And yeah, it is a bit romantic, but you think maybe we will join the rest of everybody upstairs now.
Oh, that's how
Christian,
viewers. Yep.
Can you clarify if Josh jumps down a flight of stairs with the ring of slow falling, does it look like he's just taking an escalator down?
That's the way I described it in that.
Okay, I just want to make sure if he's just like, I'm just gonna jump down this flight of stairs, and we just watch him just slowly look like an escalator every step down.
Yeah,
like that's hilarious.
Kobe. I was in the position of like a hero 3-point landing the entire time.
It's like
just from the very first stair, just going slowly down.
It's like in the game when they don't code the people walking down the stairs, so they just sort of freeze
Gotcha.
and move. That's exactly what Tug did all the way to the bottom.
That's perfect. I needed that clarification for my mind there. That was perfect.
Yes.
I don't take full advantage of feather falling all the time.
I always know when you're using it because you make a point to be like, I jump off of something that should hurt me. I'm like, oh yeah, you do have ring and feather falling. That's why you're offering to jump off something that would hurt someone normally.
If you don't treat every flight of stairs like an escalator now, I'm just going to be disappointed that you walk downstairs.
Oh yeah, like just like slow run down them.
But yes, you guys kind of come upstairs and you realize maybe you were holding hands and you sort of both shyly take your hands away from each other as the group turns around to greet you.
No, I had my claw out and I'm going to use grapple. No, I'm kidding.
But yes, the lever, just as before, you come up to the second floor and nothing seems to have changed. Both levers now are on the circle now. You've sobered up a little bit. You haven't had a drink in a bit, so yeah, you're +2 -2 instead of +3 -3.
Stony, in that book of yours, that you read downstairs by the bed, did you notice any markings about levers and a 0 or minus counter at all?
I mean, I handed it to Tyrell, so I don't remember.
Perhaps the book would tell us which way the levers should be. Tyrell, does the book have any notes about minuses or the zeros that you see, the hieroglyphs there on the lever?
Kobe, I feel like you're not hitting your detective mark very good.
Why?
Yeah, no, it's a solid question to propose.
You're saying because he didn't know who had the book, or what?
No, not just Kobe's. No, that's a very investigative thing. It would probably be in his personal diary by his bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my assumption. I just didn't remember who had the book. I could take my next beat could be Keen Mind, and then I remember everything perfectly for the last 30 days, and I'll just ask Christian before every question. What do I remember about this?
This is not a. I was just stating my feelings.
Just don't expect anyone to do you a kindness when you're off your game, supposedly, in the future. I don't know what to say to that.
Oh, I never do. So.
I was not trying.
This got awkward. I mean, I don't know.
I wasn't trying to have a serious moment. Everyone got like real defensive really quick.
I just didn't realize, or I didn't understand in which context he was off his game. Is all I was wondering.
I was just being I was just being a smart ass. I don't know.
Using
There was no point in what I was saying other than to be a smart ass.
I mean, technically, earlier you're like, "Oh, this hand, it has to do with the story of the lady," and then I asked Jared. He's like, "I don't remember any of this," and they told me directly.
I think in this instance, though, Josh, you weren't being a smart ass. You're just being an ass, and you could drop the smart portion.
Ooh.
Okay.
Tyrell, do you see anything in that book?
We're talking about Jace's journal. Is that what we're talking about?
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you want to know about things I can tell you about are the process of reanimation, the diagram.
Okay, let's skip over that. Let's just go see if you find the appendix and look for switches.
He's looking. He's telling you what he sees. He's got the text in front of him. Let him do his thing.
You want to know about switches? Let me. No, nothing says switch. What else you got?
Any levers or diagrams or
Lever.
markings
Look
of
for
a
the
0
lever.
and a minus?
Lever. Nothing on lever. No.
Any diagrams or maps
Did you
of the area?
can you hit Control F, please?
Did you say Control F?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. That's what's going on right now.
Now hit the minus key in the search bar.
I can save you some time. There is nothing, Tyrell. You kind of turn to a page beyond the diagram of the lighthouse that previously showed the conductors running through the walls. You do see, obviously, in the diagram some levers, but there are no illustrations referencing circles or horizontal lines on that diagram. The diagram is like a sort of expanded view, like a far away one. You flip to the next page in the journal where it would appear to zoom in on each individual floor, but those next 4 pages are torn from the book. You do remember at the bottom of this page, just past the diagram, there is a little bit of a note written in the margins, and it does have some sort of regret of Jace over discovering reanimation and how it had driven a wedge between him and Quinlan. Yes. So you get the idea that this note and this point of frustration caused Jace to rip these pages out that may have given you the answer, but who knows? Maybe the pages
perhaps
are
Madame
somewhere.
Lidley-Pullup is right. It was just a wild goose chase there.
So we're only on the second floor.
You are only on the second floor, correct?
If everyone's okay, is the lantern okay?
Well, this lantern and wave it around
Jesus.
really pathetically.
Yes. Everybody kind of like goes, whoa, oh.
Oops. All right, let's go. I would like to. I have some newfound confidence after the events of tonight, and I want to head up the next stairs.
Okay. You carefully make your way up to.
Yeah, I'm gonna carefully watch this confident Tyrell. I'm worried he may have also been bitten at some point.
Maybe smitten.
Let me make these unique characters so I don't have to. No. There we go. And Nick, you are unique. All right. To the next floor goes Tyrell. Anybody else following? Anybody else searching on this floor more?
I'll follow.
Okay. Everybody going up?
Yeah, I want to go to third.
Soul Stony going up?
I too. I'm in search of a water skin that I can carry water in.
Okay. Yeah. Stony, you headed up?
If any of you catch and see such a thing, please let me.
Okay. We just walk upstairs.
I mean, some of you do have water skins, but we'll get to that in a second. So, you guys.
Well, this looks like a fun level.
Do it.
Oh, why did I do Ranger Steve? You can't be here.
It's Ranger Steve. I knew it all along.
Wait, what?
I picked up the token for Ranger Steve by accident.
Did you just Scooby Doo my new character?
No.
I would have been excited if Joni was here.
All right, so you guys make it to the top of the stairs, and immediately looking out into the room, you see a large, what looks like some sort of stitched together flesh golem on a table with big electrical nodes and yet another iron lever at the base and a large wheel at the sort of head of the table. There's tons of rubble all around the room. There's tons of iron cages around the perimeter. I'm getting a little bit of echo from somebody. I'm not sure who.
Oh, dang.
But who is it that's echoing? Echo, echo?
It looks like it's me. That's never happened before with this microphone.
Huh. It's not doing it anymore. So whatever. It's good. It was hard for me to. But you're good. It's good. So there's iron cages all the way around the perimeter of the room on every single wall. You could see contained within each one of these iron cages, there is some sort of weird amalgamation. Everything from people with 4 arms where their legs should be kind of thing. Everything to the effect of the eyeball anus creature that you encountered at the base. There's not a single cage that does not have some sort of horror contained within it, and there's just the inhumane groan associated with it. There are 2 iron cages that have been busted open, and out of these 2 iron cages, there appear to be 2 zombies that are walking around. As you guys sort of entered the room, you see both of the zombies sort of turn to address you. I need you guys to roll for initiative.
Nat 20 for this guy.
Nice.
So 20.
Jared, you've been a high roller today too.
All right. Let's go down the list. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15.
Yeah.
Detective Easter.
15 for Detective Easter and Tug. 14, 13, 12, Tony.
Tony.
Did you say Tony?
12, 11, 10, 9.
Yo.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tyrell, you're at the top. Detective Easter, Tug, Stony, Sailor Sun. I need to roll real quick for Nick.
Zombie.
Ooh, down the stairs. What will it be? A 5 at the bottom. And then I need to roll for the 2 zombies. Damn, a 5 and an 18. All right. Zombie 1. Zombie 2. Okay, Tyrell, you are up first. So, there is a zombie directly in front of you. You'll have to move a little bit to get to where you're within melee range, but maybe that's not your intent, so. What you want to do? How you want to proceed? This wall's going to show back up as soon as I select one of you. But
If I think back, like, how long has it been since I've taken a shower? I think, like, how bad I smell.
I don't recall any of you ever taking a shower in this game.
Maybe
I
recognize.
I had a bath just before I met the Zoo Warriors, and it's been a long time since then.
I get in the water.
Started the day off jumping in the water.
Okay. The ocean doesn't really count as what I would say a bath, but
You smell like the lake.
How about it smell like the lake? I smell like the ocean.
I smell.
Did not expect this to open up a can of worms.
So as you guys are debating what constitutes a shower,
God damn it!
the zombie is
What does it
approaching.
smell like?
Dagger. All I got is the quickest thing I can think of is dagger, and I have it ready to go.
All right, roll a d20.
Okay. Good. Give me a 3.
All right, that does not
Great.
break the armor class of the zombie. So you go to stab it with your blade, and you thrust forward, and you just sort of thrust at a empty rib cage. You see where the person's like abdomen would be, there's just a gaping hole. There's nothing down there. You literally stabbed the one place that there wasn't anything.
Yeah.
You got one more action. What you want to do?
I want to slide to the left.
So you're disengaging?
Yeah.
Slide to the right.
Way to deal with that.
It's gonna get
Take it back now, y'all.
It's gonna get an attack of opportunity then. Does 18 break your armor class?
Oh no.
That's not real.
This is like the most basic encounter.
Of course, it breaks my artificer, lion, rogue, dumb, weird guy class. Yes.
All right, 1d6.
You've got 5 of your
plus
peers looking at you do this right now. Just think about that.
2. So it sort of clubs you in the back of the head as you do the cha-cha slide to the left.
Technically,
Right.
I'm not as pure because I'm only 23 years old and Tyrell's like 500. So
Yeah.
And
I
and
don't know if he
and
can-
for
he's
the
pure.
record, Tyrell reacted first, so he was the most prepared out of everyone that made it to the top of the stairs, and he just didn't happen to succeed. So, I mean, technically, you guys all got up there and were not petrified, but not as quick to react as Tyrell did. So,
Well,
Yeah,
there was
they
a
go.
weird smell that was going on.
But then he chose to slash and run away, and then got clubbed in the back of the head.
yeah, but just for 3 damage, so
Oh,
or 2.
just like
sorry.
that kid.
Oh, it was 3. Sorry, it was 2 plus 1. That's why I said 3. I knew what I was talking about.
It was.
Yeah, hit him with your
one?
hand.
No, I
Well, now I
rolled.
gotta go to death saving. throw.
You're not that squishy. All right, it is Zombie 1's turn, and it is going to try and attack you again. Let's roll that lucky 18
He hasn't-
again.
He hasn't slept since like Lambros Forest, been sitting on the same health.
12, I don't think breaks your armor class. It doesn't.
I stick my tongue out at it.
It sort of agapes its jaw to say something, and its jaw falls off and sort of clatters, and you see it bounce down between the floorboards and fall to the floor below. But that's the zombie's turn. Detective Easter, you're up next.
Alrighty, I'm gonna hit him with my nightstick, my club.
All right, you'll have to move to get to him, but you kind of shift around the back of Tyrell and move to...
This is gonna make up for that one I rolled earlier. I got my nat 20 of the night.
Very nice. Roll double damage.
Alrighty. And this
And
one
what is it
does-
you're attacking with? You said
It's with my
your
baton.
baton. Gotcha.
So first damage is an 11. Second one's an 11. So
Tell me how you
11,
killed a zombie.
22. Yeah, I gave him a quick baton strike to the knee, and then one to drop him, and then one to the head to finish him off.
All right. You mash the head with your baton, and it just collapses like a rotten pumpkin. And the lifeless corpse of the already undead creature ceases movement on the ground. Let's
Alrighty.
see. It is Tug's turn now. What you want to do, Tug?
Do I have a clear sight at the other one?
You can kind of see him through the table and the flesh golem that's on the table and everything. You can see he's sort of slowly shambling his way to you, but there's a pretty large table that divides the room almost in half. So
Yeah, I mean, if he's not already here, I want to, I guess. Well, I kind of want to look at this, whatever is on this table here.
okay, yeah. So you approach the flesh golem, and it appears to just be a stitched amalgamation of a billion different things. I'll send you guys a picture of it in the group chat.
Doesn't seem to be alive, or
It is not moving, and it is not like the other walking around creatures. This one looks as if it is just never successful at being reanimated. Where is the group chat? Dungeons and Dragoons. All right. For those of you that are watching stream, that's the flesh golem. Okay. So yeah, you go up to inspect it. But it's just, like I said, a crudely sort of stitched together. Well, crudely maybe not a fair assessment. It is cruel the way that it's been stitched together, but they are very expertly sewn together. Like much like you've seen field dressings and wounds, scars sort of sewn together. This is some of the finest handiwork you've seen. So, but yeah, not much to discern. It is large in size, but humanoid in nature. That photo for the group chat should be a good indicator of that. You got one more action.
Yeah, I guess just look around for levers.
You notice one at the base of the flesh golem's feet, base of the table.
My reaction is going to be not to have that lever pulled.
What?
Because I don't want this thing to reanimate.
What position is that?
It is currently set in the circle orientation.
Oh God.
Okay.
Stony, you are up.
All right, no, I'm going to sprint forward and put my trident right in the throat of that golem on the table.
Okay. You run right up and put it in the throat of the golem on the table, and it does not move, aside from the force of you sticking the trident into its sort of jugular. It's, it doesn't bleed or anything like that. It just takes the blow.
All right, I'm just going to leave it there.
Okay. The trident is currently in the jugular, sort of from the side of the left of its neck. You got one more action if you want to take it. Well, I guess you moved and attacked, so, I mean, you can have a minor action or something if you want to talk to the group or whatever.
Don't remove the trident.
Sailor Sun, you are up.
I don't know if all I heard is don't remove the trident. I don't know if I broke up. What happened with the trident?
He stuck it into the neck of the flesh golem. It didn't move or anything.
Oh, okay.
I want to see if there's anything under the bed.
So yeah, you move closer, and as you inspect, this appears to be like stone slab that was brought up and built on this floor, and it doesn't have anything under it per se. It is just, I don't know why they added a blur to this, but there we go. I guess I just had to be closer. But yes, it is just a stone sort of base all the way to the ground. So there's no underneath. There is some rubble and things like that that's fallen, but nothing of any sort of importance.
Firm mattress.
Yes, very firm. But you do notice in your inspection that the wheel on the backside does have a hand crank.
Guys, should I crank this? I hear no objection.
Don't crank it. No.
The voice of a gnome would say, "Crank that hoe," but Detective Easter is not saying that.
I love that you jump right back onto your whitey tidies with the Detective Easter.
He has a split personality, apparently.
I guess I won't crank this.
You in your discovery of the crank and inquiring about it, sort of see that it is tied to chains on the four corners of the table, and it is merely a mechanism used to raise and lower the table that the flesh column is on. So you know its purpose, but you know that the rest of the group protested that you do so. So you got one more action, Sailor Sun, before we move on to zombie number 2.
Let's move on.
All right. Zombie number 2 sees you round the corner and takes both of his movements and proceeds to fall down to the floor below. If I could get him to do so, but he won't. But
His sombrero is stuck.
his
so.
sombrero is preventing him from going down. Much like gang beasts. But you hear him thump to the ground in some more splintering of wood as he hits the ground below, and a bit of a groan. Just, can I drop these down there? Oh, I wasted a good roll.
Oh, a 20.
Look at that. Damn it! And what a waste. Alright, well, good news for you guys. But both the zombies are dead. Initiative is dropped. We never even make it to Nick's roll. So, what do you guys want to do? There's obviously a threat from every single wall, but the iron cages are still containing these creatures within.
Yep. I want to cut any sort of chains for this mechanism to not let this beast be raised.
I immediately pull
You immediately pull what?
the lever.
Oh, I'm going to try to stop him. That's my reaction. is to
I got a
stop him
nat
from pulling
20.
the lever.
I got a nat 20.
I didn't even ask you to roll for anything yet.
Well, I figured I was going to have to.
For strength, yeah. I need you guys, I guess, to do a grapple here. So you're gonna go strength versus strength and just wrestle each other. Tug,
I got a 16.
is your sole purpose to pull this lever no matter what, or are you just gonna try and prevent yourself from being grappled? I guess is the thing. So.
Well, I mean,
Well, I want to cut the main chain. Does that matter? There's like a.
So I mean, what are you gonna cut the main chain with? These are like big iron, rings. Do you have something that
Yeah.
can?
Oh, well, I said it out loud because I didn't expect him to just decide to pull the fucking lever. So.
oh, I was pulling that lever no matter what happened. I just was.
Which lever?
What are you doing? Do you not know that this is going to reanimate? The
Hold
book
on,
talked
which
about
lever are you
lightning
pulling?
reanimating.
Are you pulling the lever at the feet or at the head? Isn't there two levers?
He's pulling the one at the feet.
I'm standing next to the one that.
And I'm trying to cut him off and stop him from doing that.
Didn't you say there was another lever?
There is a crank on the head portion. There's the
Oh,
lever that
okay.
you've seen on the bottom portion before.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
There's
going to
some
try to
hope.
stop her from sprinting and taking the lever out. So I rolled a 16 for this check, Christian.
Okay. That's a grapple
And
check, strength
I'm
check.
going to use my 1 point of inspiration to make that a 17.
Well, I rolled a 20. I said that.
Okay.
So you used a point of inspiration. A point of inspiration means an instant success, and a point of inspiration does succeed a nat 20 roll. So unless you want to do something to prevent that, Tug.
Well, I have an inspiration point.
If you would like to use the inspiration point to do that, you may do so.
I have 2 inspiration points. Yeah, I pulled the lever.
All right. So with the 20 roll and the inspiration in a juxtaposition to the inspiration point and the 17, Tug, you make it to the lever with Detective Easter still on you, trying to prevent you from doing so.
Well, I was standing next to the lever. How?
No, you weren't. You were saying
You were
like
just
the
give,
belly of the beast.
I'm trying to give everyone
Speaking of
what they
gang
want.
beast, I think I know what I want to do next.
Tug,
I'm gonna go for
give
the
me-
suicide action.
Tug's gonna get an attempt at the lever first. Give me a strength roll, Tug.
All right.
If you kill us, I'll kill you, Harry. Anyone?
That was not as good. And
All right, you wrench on the thing and it does not move. Detective
All right,
Easter.
I'm gonna try to grab him and take us both down the hole.
Oh.
Okay. Give.
No, hold on. I'm gonna use.
You did
Try to-
your action here, so it's think of this like combat, right? So you went. Now it's Detective Easter's turn. So Detective Easter, you're going to attempt to like bear hug him and pull him down the hole
Bear
with
hug
you.
him from behind and gang beast style, just suicide. It's badass.
Okay, Tug, what is your base strength? What's the stat in your strength block? What number
10.
is that? 10 plus what?
It's a 0.
10 plus 0. And strength is not one of your proficiencies, right?
No.
Okay, so Detective Easter, you need to beat a check of 10.
Alrighty. I did not beat that.
All right.
I rolled a 4.
So you go to bear hug him and you pull him back from the lever. And Tug, go ahead and give me another strength check to see if you pull the lever. If you're still trying to do that, that is.
Yes. 20. Nat 20. Seriously, dead serious. Nat 20.
You pull the lever over to the horizontal dash.
It's not even what the others are.
You realize maybe Tug was trying to turn it off.
Well, it's already not on. We might as well not try to turn this thing on and the lightning reanimate. Clearly, this House of Horrors is meant to reanimate things.
2 are on and 1 is off.
Well, the beast was not being lit up by lightning at this point. I don't know if we should chance pulling any levers and accidentally lighting it.
We heard a great big commotion when we flipped that other switch.
So these are mechanical commotions, just to like.
Oh, I thought maybe we heard something. No, didn't you say that something came from upstairs when we pulled that switch?
When
That was
That's
like
right.
a
Blew the
rumbling,
control.
'cause- Yeah.
right, rattling of cages, and I think you could
I
figure
didn't
out
think
what
we
that
heard
is.
anything from this. The only thing I know is we have like those diagrams of like you talked about like in between the walls or something, and the first one maybe made a sound, but I don't remember if any other ones made a sound yet.
So you can hear, it's just like when you pull a lever, you can hear mechanical things going in the walls, and you know from the diagram that there are some sort of conduits that go through the entire building. You can only assume, based on what you've seen, that those conduits lead to this table and to other portions of the lighthouse.
Madame Glib Duplo, would we want to risk reanimating this beast here for us to have to defend ourselves,
Just
or for it to attack others?
Just because you don't understand standard electrical signals, don't lip me.
What is your intention here? Is your intention
I
to
turned the
disable
switch-
this system?
I turned the switch off. What's your intention? Are you wanting to turn it on? You should put up a struggle.
I'm wanting to leave it alone. It's not currently on at this point. We
As they're
shouldn't.
saying this, I'm gonna pull out my short sword and just start cutting off the beast's arm at the elbow.
Okay. Yeah, you just start
right
hacking at it.
from-
It doesn't respond.
Yeah.
It's just a corpse.
Yeah.
Yes, perhaps Stony has the right idea. Perhaps we should make sure that this monster and this monstrosity to mankind here, to humankind, is not reanimated.
Fuck humankind.
Did you say
Well,
oppression?
I was gonna say that sounds like oppression.
You want to talk about oppression? Years of oppression.
At this point,
Hunted.
your drunkenness has gone down to a +1 -1. Stony, FY.
You're gonna tell me about oppression. Are you talking about the Kiwatoa, or is that what you're gonna go into, or what?
My people have been oppressed by humans since the beginning of time. Never treated fairly, left in the dark. Only now are they starting to finally get some freedom.
I mean, aren't they like cave fish people? Why'd you bring them outside the cave?
They were oppressed into the cave. What type of what do you not understand about what we're talking about here? They were forced into those caves by the horrible people.
Okay.
Anyway, I agree with Stony. Perhaps we
Okay.
should dismember this monstrosity before we unleash an attack upon ourselves or the city of Nicantes. I can't imagine us trying to reanimate a corpse monster. Tyrell, you are a man of science. I would hope a man of reason as well.
I like the highlight on reason, and with the notes that I'm seeing here, I don't think it's a good idea to reanimate anything, especially something of this potential. Look at the size of this guy. Like, that's the science. Like, look at this.
At this
If any
point,
science is to be done, the artificer should control it in the institutions. I don't think we should have this rogue scientist here who has trapped these individuals against their will and is imposing his power upon them. Stony, would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
you turn to Stony, and at this point, he has the large severed forearm in both of his hands.
What's with our group and taking hands that don't belong to us? There's a long history here of that.
This is a full forearm.
Do I hear a new group name?
The severed hands.
Yes. I accept.
The Foot Clan, the Hand Clan. What were you saying, Christian? Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying, as you turned to him, he had the severed forearm.
Okay, yeah. Yes, I don't think that's the worst idea in the world. Stony, if you could continue and dismember the other limbs, then perhaps if somehow it does raise, and then it won't have its hands or legs to attack us with. The poor beast.
All right. You guys want to like take a look around the room a little bit, kind of while I'm hacking away?
Do any of the cages have a woman with a hand missing?
It's gonna take a minute for you to walk around, but there's.
At this point, I'm gonna go to the left leg, start hacking at the knee.
Sure. As you start on the left leg, Detective Easter, you kind of walk around and you see this is going to be a hard thing to determine because there are some things that don't have any hands. There are some things that only have one hand.
What's the most grotesque thing in here?
The most grotesque thing is something that appears to have.
Pull up.
Oh no!
That was way too easy of a shot. It's not even funny. Like, he said, "What's the most grotesque?" And in my head, I was like, "Who's gonna say it first?"
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
It wasn't not even funny. It was too easy of a shot.
So that.
Well, Josh, if it's any consolation, that's not what I was thinking about when I asked the question.
Yeah, but I mean, it no more got processed by my brain. I was like, someone's gonna say it.
So the most grotesque thing appears to be like if you had taken someone's head and cut it off just below the nose, and then at the bottom of it in a circle stitched a large number of hands, and this thing is like skittering around on its fingertips, its many hands, with just the eyes darting
it's
around.
alive?
It is alive. All these things in the cages are alive.
Sailor Sun, do you have any sort of spell that can put all these creatures out of their misery instantaneously?
Eldritch Blast. But seriously, Eldritch Blast everybody.
I can't imagine the endless suffering that these creatures have here. These abominations.
She's at a loss for words.
How about you, Nick? Any of your scrolls, can they handle putting these creatures away?
he sort of looks around, like, disgusted at everything he sees, and he says that, I suggest we burn this whole place to the ground as soon as we leave.
I'm not opposed to that. This science has gone, it seems, way too far.
In my opinion, they didn't burn it well enough the first time.
Oh, and it's super dark.
I'm trying to recall if the story talked about it burning down before or not.
So the fire was mainly at the
Because I
upper
remember you
portion.
saying like the big like crash, like there was a big crash and
Yes.
like part of the building was destroyed or something like that. Yeah.
So as you're recalling that, you sort of look to the next staircase where will lead to the top floor, and you notice that the staircase has indeed been burned away almost altogether. In this floor, especially, the floor is degrading. So you've noticed as you've gone up, the floors have become more and more untrustworthy. But this sort of on the side, you see that the portion of sort of corpse creatures in the cages, they're also burned. Those are the only ones that are not currently, animated. But that's where the fire took place, and looking up above, you can see most of the floor, the wooden portions and beams and things are burned away at the top. So,
Okay.
Okay, guys. I think we need to dismember and push this big bad boy off this thing and hit the lever. Maybe it'll rise us up to the next level.
Or perhaps we can just leave these things alone, dismember this creature here, and I can echolocate up to the other part of the stairs, and we can use Tyrell's rope, and I can pull you all up as well. That way we don't have to worry about this lever taking us all the way up there. I don't know. Does it look like it'll reach the top?
it
I can't
does
tell from
indeed.
this view.
It goes all the way to the top, and there appear to be some
Okay.
like two sort of set of doors that are laying flat that are made of metal that could be pushed open from the bottom or pulled open from the top.
Okay. Or we can ride it to the top, and I can echolocate back onto the top of the stairs or on top of this.
Ben, do we want to be sneaky or do we want to come up to the top like really cool guys on a platform?
Style points are always better.
Or we could split in half, do half and half. Some sneaky people and then some badass people.
I don't know that we have literally any expectation of what's going to be up there, so it's hard to say what's necessary.
It's better to make a good appearance the first time than a bad appearance the second time.
Or the eggs not all in one basket. Yeah.
Yeah, no, let's split up then. Who wants to be really cool and who wants to be sneaky?
What other options are?
I just want to pull the lever.
If you think you can pull the lever and hop on up at the same time, then you can be really cool.
So the lever and the sort of winch are two different things. Which one are you talking about?
The
Oh,
winch.
it's not a lever, it's a wheel, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a winch.
and
I'm assuming the winch makes you go up.
yes, Sailor Sun
Okay.
has verified that earlier, but someone's gonna have to operate the winch, so that means you may have to
All right,
split
well,
up.
there you go. Okay. Yeah. So, Tyrell, you
Wants to do
seem
that.
very apprehensive to do
What's-
either of the two.
What's the gear
You-
ratio on that?
Are you asking me what the gear ratio of the winch is?
Well, I mean, I've got mage hand.
That's a good point.
There you go.
How much? I
10
guess
pound.
10 pounds. It's a big wheel, so yeah. I mean, it displaces a lot of that. You could use your mage hand
Yeah, I'm climbing up on there.
with the corpse, the flesh golem that's been dismembered
have
for
to-
two
we
limbs
have
at this point.
Yeah, we have to cut the rest of the limbs off and push it off, and then
I mean, we could. I've been feeling strong today. I mean, I'm gonna give her a good push.
All right, I'll need anybody that wants to help. Give me a strength roll here to see if you can push off the flesh golem of the table.
Do we want to do that?
Wait, I got strength up the asshole. Oh yeah, no, 23. Come on.
9.
23, 9. Anybody else joining in? That's it?
No, I don't want.
All right. You guys get it, and with the removal of the 2 limbs, it does aid quite a bit, and it sort of slumps off
Dang it.
and thuds on the wooden planks. You kind of fear for a moment as you feel the shockwave through the wooden floors. You hear the wood sort of creak and groan beneath you, but everybody manages to stay put.
Yeah, I cast Mage Hand and start cranking the.
Hold on.
Do you hold on, or
Who's
you keep
coming?
cranking?
No, I'm cranking.
The
So who's
trouble-
doing-
what if you
Wait,
get up
who's
to the top and the lightning hits everyone here and melts us to oblivion?
Mhm.
Well,
I say
That's why
us.
we're
I'm
splitting
not
up.
wrong there.
Well, Tyrell, we can make it up the stairs. I can echolocate and we can use the rope.
that's why we're
Just go
splitting up.
find your dead bodies at the top.
Who's going on the platform and who's going upstairs?
It's slowly raising.
Does anybody
Nick-
have anything?
Nick steps up on the platform.
Does
That's
anyone
right.
have a way
Mm.
to put a
I
shield or
Literally.
like rubber boots? Anything?
Well, I'm gonna shield myself, but I don't know about everybody. else.
I've never worn shoes in my life. Tyrell, Sailor Sun, we can make it up the staircase. We can use the rope and we can make it up safely if you do not want to use the winch there.
Let us venture
All right.
safely.
At this point, the platform is raising and out of the reach of the people left behind. So let's get you guys over to your busted stairs. So yes, there's a good 30-ish feet between you and the next set of stairs. You can see that the handrail is broken off in the lowest section, but it does continue up towards the top. It seems like this one particular portion was just burned off. The rest is still connected to the stone wall, so it seems about as sturdy as the one you're on now. You do notice, though, in the sort of gap between the stairs, there is some floorboards missing that would very clearly lead to a fall to the floor below.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my echo switch
Sure
up
thing.
to the stairs there, and then get to the railing and Tyrell, now send out your rope towards me and fasten it, and I'll hold on, and you guys can shimmy up the rope to this flight of stairs.
Shimmy.
Shimmy or climb or glide yourself. I don't care what adjective you use. Just get up here.
Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop.
This looks like it's pretty high up there.
I'm sure your rope will reach. It's a 60-foot rope, is it
Oh,
not?
absolutely. But
Yes, this is half of that distance.
the trouble is it's dangling over broken floor. If there's a miss, this is
Well, I will not mishold the rope from this end, and you can tie it down at the floorboard, which looks safe at that end.
Tyrell, you trust your rope. You just used it to save Tug not a moment earlier. You are still feeling confident from that.
I am. Okay, here we go.
You send it out, and then at first it sort of hesitantly like snakes out in the air, but then it goes up to Detective Easter, and he secures it, and you guys are ready to move forward as you please.
All right, and I pat old sailor on the back, ready to go. After you, my liege.
Sailor Sun, you're up first. What do you want to do? How do you want to do this? You got the rope. How do you want to proceed up?
Standard climb.
All right. Yeah, no problem. Magic rope aids you in every way possible, sort of giving you little handholds and footholds.
All right.
Make it to the top.
Now you, White Knight, make your way up here.
Too dead weight, make him pull you up.
Tyrell, it's like the rope is lifting you up. It sort of hugs itself around your waist and slowly lifts you up to Detective Easter. You guys are
Wow, how the world? All right.
magic rope. But you guys make it
Good trick.
to the next floor.
All of us, did we get raised up really cool?
Yeah, I'll
You
give you that
raise
description
me
here in a second.
up. That'd be a perfect song right there. Is Nick a bard? Will Nick sing?
Nick is not necessarily a bard, but he's been, known to do some karaoke now and then. But yes, as the rest of the group sort of make their way up the broken staircase, you see Tug and Stony and Nick all sort of standing in very epic poses, sort of already scanning the room full of conduits and pipes and winches and knobs and every form of mechanical nature you could possibly imagine. As you could see the sort of table being lifted up, it is behind a mess of different channels and, like I said, any manner of mechanical nature, but you guys were able to, because you weren't fastened to the table, sort of squeeze between them all and find a good footing in the room. But Tug, you especially, in your desire to pull levers and switches and things, immediately spot the lever over in the dark corner that you've seen on so many levels before.
Yeah. I'll go look at it. Which direction is it?
It's right here. So it's just on the other side of the room. You kind of have to duck under some pipes to get there, but you see two winches, you see two sets of stairs. There are actually lights on these floors, and they appear to be one on either side of the room at the top of the sort of sets of stairs and walkways, and two by the winches.
Tyrell, if this device is meant for reanimation or capturing lightning in a bottle, would the notes in the book allow us to capture lightning in a bottle?
Don't we need to hang the blue? Are we at the top?
You're not at the
finally-
top yet.
Oh.
There's one more floor leading up to the top.
So it looks like there's two different wheels that we need to turn that do stuffs.
Yeah, but we should just go to the top and hang the lantern in the window.
That's yeah. See, that's what I'm thinking. I don't like the idea of the reanimation or all this other stuff. That there's a lot of warning, like don't do this. But we
The
promised.
lightning in a bottle is very useful as well.
Okay. I only knew that after coming into this crazy jigsaw want to murder you place. So
But that's the city of Nicantes, of course, runs on lightning in a bottle. It's our #1 export.
that's right. So I know we got to get the blue lantern to the top.
Do we want to just continue with that then and onward to the top and then figure out this puzzle?
Or not.
Or burn it to the ground? Maybe we could light the whole lighthouse blue. Do you think that would appease the sailor?
I think it would. We gotta get the lantern up there first.
Dope. You moved back towards the stairs. Did you leave it down the stairs?
Stony still has.
Stony still has the lamp.
Okay.
Stony very reminds you he has the lamp in his own way.
Just big windmill with it.
No.
You see the blue
I'll
flame
walk up there.
stay consistent, but it does blow around in the wind a little bit. Detective Easter, this does seem like a more crude sort of version of how they capture lightning in a bottle in the city. They use wind power in the city instead of lightning strikes, but it's not completely foreign to you. You've been around it enough to recognize some of it, so while you may not know its intricacies, you do recognize that this is what that contraption is used for. Tyrell.
Yeah, my character's not overly intelligent. He's not dumb. He's average intelligent.
Right.
So.
But yeah, you guys can proceed up to the top floor.
Yeah, I'll just make my way up there carefully with a flashlight out, watching these stairs, see if any of them are bad.
Sure thing. You guys sort of kick out on the top floor. Where did I put? There it is. Wait, I think this whole blurry thing was not in the previous iteration. There it is. I guess it would make sense that I would put the doors where the stairs were, but...
Quick question,
Sure.
Christian. Would I know how old the Dion was?
The
guy who...
Nicanthes, the one that was murdered in the murder mystery.
The one that was
party?
murdered. Do I know how old he is?
He was maybe as old as the High Justice Ginsburg. Around that age.
Okay, and did the body reflect an old person around that age? Or is that what I notice of the body, and would I know that that person is supposed to be that old?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, with him studying this lighthouse, if there's been any sort of reanimation, or perhaps somebody has swapped, and maybe Nick's not who he says he is.
He looked that old, the body did. So,
okay.
It's, nothing out of the ordinary in that sense. Oops, I teleported
Gotcha.
Tyrell 2 feet to the left.
I know Nick's a man of adventure, but this lighthouse that his dad was looking at has all these horrors in it, and then his dad dies. Perhaps there's more to Nick than meets the eye with this.
We're in a good position to threaten him off the edge of the...
You do notice there are not a lot of handholds up here. But you guys make it up to the top, and the rain has picked up a bit. The wind at the top is a little bit more, brisk, so to speak. But you see where the giant crystalline sort of structure is, where the light had been illuminated before. It's kind of in shambles. There's only shards of where the lighthouse sort of lamp used to be. It has since been shattered. You don't know if by vandalism or just time, but you can already see over on the left side, just around the corner, yet another lever, and you can't quite see what's around the rest of the way, but there's just a series of pillars and another roof above you.
I want to put the blue flame in the thing.
You want to put the blue flame in the lantern thing?
Yep.
All right. You sort of approach and you see that, yes, there's just a bunch of broken crystal shards and glass down below, and you could place the blue flame within it.
I want to do that.
You put it down in the crystals, and it sort of illuminates. It's 10 feet out. But there's a brisk wind that cuts through yet again, but nothing happens.
All right, guys, it didn't work. Let's burn it to the ground.
Maybe you have to let it, maybe there's like a delay. Like, Give it a...
You sort of wait.
Also, what are you expecting to happen?
You sort of wait, and there's some more wind and rain as it sort of hits your face, but
Good.
nothing else happens.
Good. Yeah, you know why? Because the whole point was just for the oh my gosh, names the fishermen to be able to see that this was in its rightful place again. And now we finished our quest. Let's go.
Let's turn those 2 dials down the floor below us. See what happens.
That sounds like we're playing into the scientist's desires.
But we didn't see any other. It's fine. Let's see what happens. We didn't see any other sketchy shit. You know.
Was
You
there
see,
not
basically-
enough sketchy shit down there as there was? Did you not see those monstrosities caged?
We didn't see any.
We dismembered the big bad, so like the little guys are fine. If somehow those cages break open, we've got it.
And what about what was in the basement? We never even went down there. We have no clue what horrors await down in the lower chambers.
But that's in the basement, so I mean we've got some time. So, I mean, we completely bypassed an entire floor. I mean, Tug was so super excited to pull every lever, and we didn't do anything the floor below us. I imagine that floor.
Yeah, I will admit, we still never did go to the basement. The guys.
Well, do with the levers what you will. I don't know if we should play with this. Lightning in a bottle is obviously something powerful that we could get. Tyrell, if you could figure out a way to somehow capture that might be useful out of this whole experiment. But the risk of reanimating the dead is horrible.
You see a bit of a rumbling off over the ocean. You can see some heat lightning. Just the beginnings of a thunderstorm. You kind of look back at Nicanthes and you can see some of the lights from here, but the render distance isn't far enough for that to happen, so you just see silhouettes.
Gosh, we need to work on our graphics cards. Gotta buy some new ones of those when we get back.
Very rare item, hard to obtain.
But I've spoken my piece. That's how I feel about it. The only useful thing I can see is the lightning in a bottle, but the risk of reanimating those corpses that have been mutilated is horrible. But do with the levers what you will.
I mean, I'm just saying, they were in cages. So. They're in cages.
I have spoken my piece.
I wanted to go in the basement to begin with, and you guys said, nah, let's go up. I'm just saying, for how trigger happy we were for the 4 flights below this last one. You guys were completely willing
I will not fault the group on any decisions here. I just let you know my cautions. I don't know if anybody else stands with me on those cautions, but that's how I feel. If we pull the levers and something happens or nothing happens, so be it. We will deal with the consequences later.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Do you want to at least inspect the lever over to the left before we call it?
Oh, hey, there's a lever over to the left.
I mentioned it earlier. You can at least see what it's toggled to.
I will not try to stop anybody going towards the lever. Or trying to pull it.
All right. We'll continue next time.
Alrighty.
But, yeah,
Well,
made it to the top. Had some internal scuffles tonight, some heated moments.
You got real for a little bit.
Yeah. But hey, you made it to the top. You got the lantern up there.
Hey, and most importantly, Stoney got rid of his curse.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
I don't know if that's its most important.
I may not remember it in the morning, but
Good save on Sailor Sun's part. Quick thinking.
Oh, that was huge, yeah.
oh, think of a way to thank her later.
Maybe with a smooch. Much
Looks
like
like more of us.
there's another smooch shared tonight as well.
There was, yeah, between Tyrell and Tug.
Tyrell and Tug's feelers.
But that was just a secret between them.
You guys don't know about that.
Right. All right. If you got nothing else to add, say good night.
Good night.
Good night,
Good
stream.